Hi guys, I wanted to walk you through the World Leader Bully worksheet. This is just for review. You do not have to turn this in for a grade, just to review some of the topics that we covered through imperialism. The first one, don't worry about the year column. I'm not going to ask you any dates. If there's a date I want you to know, I'm going to make sure to tell you. The first one would be the purchase of Alaska. We discussed that that's a world leader position for the United States, and our evidence was that we purchased it from Alaska. We paid Alaska to buy um, that territory, even though Americans at home thought it was a silly purchase because it was just ice and snow. We still paid another country for that land. So a world leader there. I'm going to try typing. I don't know if it'll let me or not. It's not letting me. So I'll just keep talking. The US and Hawaii, we said this one would be a, yeah, now it's letting me type. It's just slow. All right. Hawaii, we said we're a bully here. We said, we are pushing out Queen Lily from her position and power as Hawaii was ruled as a monarchy. And so we were going to threatening to use force in order to take Hawaii. So definitely see us being a bully there in that circumstance. Okay. Spanish-American War, I think you could almost maybe argue a little bit of both. But I think we're being a world leader with our intentions of going in because we wanted to help countries gain independence, particularly the Cubans, from Spanish rule. So I think we went in with good intentions of a world leader perspective. But if you look at the outcome of the war and realize that we take these territories after the war, maybe not so much post-war a world leader, but I think the intent was there. Okay, the Four Acre Act was dealing with Puerto Rico and the government of Puerto Rico after the war. I think you could argue being a world leader there as we're allowing them some self-government within Puerto Rico. The Platt Amendment, remember, goes with Cubans. I definitely think we're being a bully here because we're telling Cuba, you can be free and independent, but with the Platt Amendment, you have to allow us to have a say in your world affairs. If Cuba's going to enter into a treaty, we had to have proved that. And then we also got that military base that we still have today, Guantanamo Bay. So I think definitely a bully with the Platt Amendment. Filipino-American War, definitely a bully. Those Filipinos, we fought with them against the Spanish, and they thought they were going to gain freedom. And instead, they changed Spanish rule for American rule. And so it's definitely being a bully there as we use very brutal tactics in fighting against the Filipinos in the early 1900s. The open door policy, I would consider us a world leader. We were looking at trade in China, and we allowed all countries to come into China and trade. We weren't closing it off to anybody. So in that sense, I think world leader. Panama Canal. I think you can argue with this one both ways. I think you can argue we're being a world leader by building this canal to connect the Atlantic and the Pacific, and we're going to let all countries use the canal for trade purposes and military purposes. But then I think you also can look at it as a bully because we convince the Colombians to give the Panamanians independence, and if they don't, we're going to use a military force. And so I think we're being a bully in the process of getting the canal zone. But the canal itself, I think, is being a world leader. So I think you can argue both there. I hope this helped. I hope it just you don't have just the topics is a good review as we've covered a lot of things with U.S. becoming an imperialistic nation as we have gained land and territory. If you have any questions, let me know.